having a super blessed day. I had made, sorry, soldier's pushing me. I had made a Tree of Life wreath, and I made a video for it, but apparently you couldn't hear me very well, so hopefully you can hear me a little better. We're going to try another one. Let's hop down to it. Alright. Hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing here too. If anybody does come on, I don't know if I'll see ya, so hi. Alright, what you're going to need to start this off, you'll need a 14-inch frame I got from Dollar Tree. And then I got some nautical rope. I got one thing of nautical rope, and I cut it into 5 20-inch pieces. I usually use burlap, but found this at Dollar Tree, and I figured sky grass. So I'm going to try using mesh this time. Give it a shot, why not? And then you're going to want a little bit of moss for the leaves of your tree, a whole lot of glue, and something to protect your surface. And then I get little rocks and put those along the base of the tree. Kind of makes it look pretty cool. Alright, so what you're going to want to do after you cut your rope into the 5 pieces, and I've seen these done a few different ways. I've seen people twist the ropes around themselves to make the trunk. I like to glue it together, but first you want to get your base on. So go ahead and just pull this out. And this is going to get messy. You're going to be doing a lot of sweeping afterwards. So just a heads up. Now what you want to do, flip your frame over, and then you're going to go along the bottom. So just take this, and we're just going to glue it straight to the form. If my glue gun cooperates with me. And like I said, usually for this I use burlap, but I'm going to give this a shot. And be careful with your fingers. Just get some glue on that form. And then just stick it to it. And, oh, sorry, I was a little late getting here. I wanted to be on here at 1, but I had to wait until the little ones fell asleep. So, alright, so you just stick that on. And yeah, I don't know if this will be thick enough to where you won't be able to see through it. But we're going to give it a shot either way. And just wrap it all the way around. And the more you kind of overlap it, the more it's going to cover. So I am definitely going to want to come back here and get a little bit more on there. But it might work. We'll see, huh? And hopefully there's enough of this mesh to go around it. But we're only going halfway with this one. Hope you all can see that. And just pull it kind of tight. Not so tight that you bend the form. Just tight enough to where it stays on itself. I don't know if I'm going to actually... Well, that's interesting. We might be able to see through this. So, I'll figure something out for it by the time I'm done. Go undo. Let me see. Sorry, I'm kind of trying something new. I don't know that I'm going to like it too much. But you never know until you try. So, what we're going to do is just glue this piece over here. And just glue it to itself. It's about time I get a new glue gun. And just be real careful with your fingers. You will get burnt. And then we'll just cut this off back here. And then get this glued down a little better. This is where fingernails kind of come in handy. You can use them to push it down until it gets cool enough to actually touch. But you're going to get a lot of glue on your fingers. So just know that in advance too. Right. And now we're going to do the top. Do the same thing that we did. Just flip it over and then glue it to it. So you get that glued to it and just wrap it the whole way around. And the top is definitely going to be covered over more, so I'm not really going to be as concerned about making it as covered. It's going to be covered with the green, the leaves, the moss, when we put it on. So, just get it and wrap it all the way around. And like I said, just pull it just tight enough to where it fits it snugly, but not so tight that you're actually bending the form. Sound effects help. So anyways, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend and happy Monday. Hope you're having a great day so far. I know the weather has been yucky here in Cincinnati, but now it's actually looking like it may get sunny out there. So here's to hoping. All right. So then just take this and pull it around good and tight. And then we're just going to glue it to the back. And I cannot stress enough to be careful with the glue. I think Soldier's dreaming behind me. God love him. Okay, so that didn't turn out horrible, I don't think. I'll flip it here in just a second and see. Hi, baby girl. Revelie's coming over to see what's going on back here. You checking on Bubby? God love. I don't know if you all have dogs, but highly recommend. They are so stinking cute. I've got Soldier, who will be 4 in April, and he's my German Shepherd. And he is just absolutely stunningly beautiful and crazy smart. And then we've got little Reveille, who is my Scottish Terrier Chihuahua mix. And she just turned a year old. And she's about as ornery as they come. And way too smart for her own good. Alright, so yeah, that didn't turn out horrible. Da, 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 da. We got the sky, we got the grass. Kind of springy, actually. Actually, kind of like that. So, now the fun part. We're going to get our tree. What you want to do, take your 5 pieces of rope, and you're going to kind of just lay them on top here. Lay them out over the form like this. And then, I'm sorry, I got to pull my hair back. So you're just going to lay it out on the form. Just get your grass at the bottom. Hope you can see that. Just get the grass at the bottom. Your sky up top. Get rid of those. And then lay your 5 pieces out, because now you're going to measure about where you want your trunk. And that is where you're going to glue them together. So I'm thinking I'm going to want my trunk to start about right here. So that is where I'll get my first piece, and I'll start gluing them together. Just kind of push it and hold it there for just a minute, or just a second. Just kind of hold it in, and then get your next piece. Just get a little glue on the side here. Your next piece, and just stick it on. And push it in. And you'll start seeing glue kind of come up on the top. It's okay, we're just going to cut that off. Not a big deal. And it dries clear anyway. So put those. And I do this with all 5 pieces of rope. I love the Tree of Life wreaths. I have a very good friend of mine, and she has a necklace, a Tree of Life necklace. And I was looking at it one day, and I thought, I want to make that into a wreath. And so I just had to look it up on YouTube, and got so excited when I saw the nautical rope idea. Get some more glue. Like I said, you're going to use a ton of glue. Oh, hi Shirley. Hi Alicia. How y'all doing? Hope you're having a great day. Just take your 5th piece and just stick it on and hold it together. And like I said, I've seen these trunks done about 5 different ways. This is just the way I prefer. Kind of think it looks the most like a tree. Don't know. Oh, God love you. I'm glad you're having a good day. Snip that off. Okay, and now I'll put that up there. Sorry, this rope's got little pieces sticking out of it. And then I'm just going to kind of see how much further down I want to glue this, because I'm not sure if I want it to go all the way down, but that's what we'll figure out. So now that I've got all my pieces glued together, I'll go through and glue them down about as far as I think I'm going to want them.
See, and I'm sorry, what was the month?
And just hold it together. And then do that to all 5 pieces again. A little on the inside. Ouch. Watching your fingers with that glue. Aw, thank you. Well, if your coworker ever wants a wreath, tell her to hit me up. Let me know what she wants. I'll come up with something for her. You're awesome. Get your next one. Sorry, the glue is sticking to my fingers. Get it and glue it. Do. Like I said, the sound effects help. They make it funner. I usually have music on, but I've been told to keep the music off. Anyway, let's see. So, let me cut this piece off here. Okay, so we'll do this last one, and then the fun starts. Glue it on. And then we start untwisting. And there is a lot of untwisting, especially down at the bottom where it's going to be your roots. Go ahead and untwist them all the way. So you're going to get them like that, and then you're going to keep going and get these apart, and these are going to be the roots of your tree. What do y'all think of the mesh on it? Does it look okay, or soldier's pushing me again, or should I stick with the burlap? It's not horrible. Okay, so we're going to have it to about there. Yeah. So you just untwist it up as far as you want it to go. And then you're going to do this again with the top to make the branches of your tree. So just keep on twisting. It's kind of like unbraiding hair. So just, I hope you can see that okay. That might be better, sorry. Oop, that's better. Okay. And just untwist all of them. And if you want, you know, do it however you want. If you want to leave some of them together to have, you know how trees have bigger roots, leave some of them together. However you want your tree of life to look is how you do it. I can't wait to see the under. I love that necklace. I think I need to get one. Okay. So, now that you got that done, and you figure out where about you want it, you just glue it to it. So just come in here and figure out about where your center is. Take it and just push it down. Hold it there for just a minute, just that one line, and then glue the rest of it down. And then, I guess I didn't really need to make them 20 inches. Maybe 18 inches.
Yes.
But then you just take this
Do you happen to have your
and cut off all that
insurance
extra.
parking, your insurance information, like with the bin, PC, and group?
I need to
number?
sharpen my
Actually,
scissors too.
requesting that we-
But cut off all this extra down at the bottom, just like you're giving it a haircut. Oh, I definitely need to sharpen my scissors. And then kind of spread
We do have the Blue Cross Blue Shield.
spread it out a little bit. That way you got a good base of roots,
Okay, and what?
and it looks more like a real tree. That down, and then I'm gonna come over here and figure out this side about right here.
Let's see, it may be in the previous order.
Glue that down,
Policy is in federally required.
and then I'll come along again and fix this all up with my scissors on the bottom, make it all pretty before I go to put the rocks on. Just take all your glue strings and get them all away, and then now you're going to figure out how you want your top. And topaz, like a blue topaz. I love topaz. Ooh, I want to see it. I want to see your necklace. I want to get one. Okay, now these, I'm going to be a little different. I'm not going to unwrap all of them. Or not how I did down here. I'm just going to, like this one, I just took the one apart. And this is going to be the branches of your tree. So just take them apart. And then I'm only going to do one on this one the whole way down. And this is where you really get to make it look like a tree, because all tree branches, they don't look the same. And so mine will not look the same. But you just separate them like this. Just unwind them, untwist them. And you're just going to glue them to the form, and they are going to be what holds them onto the form. Just gluing them. Oh, like a brown topaz. Ooh, that's got to look really pretty with the tree. Ooh, I want to see it. I need to remind you next time I see you that I want to see it. Okay, so you're just untwisting. And then you're going to glue these just to your form. So just get them out kind of how you think you're going to want them. And then you're going to be adjusting that as you go. But
we tried to run it.
I always try to get one straight here because I like to put a swing in. I think the swing looks really cute. So just put some glue here. And I'll pull that kind of tight, but not too tight. Just enough to where it's good and straight. So when you do put your swing on, it's not hanging all crooked. And then you're just going to do that the whole way around. You're just going to figure out about where you want your branches to go. Let's see. Put this one about right here. And then I'll kind of do it like I'm changing a tire. Go from one side to the other.
We can definitely try
the whole way around. And then we glue this to the front, and then once we get all of these on, we'll flip them over and glue it to the back. And that's going to be your tree, and that's going to be what holds it together and holds it on your form.
Like they knew about
around here
the new
and glue them on. Hold that down. While I'm holding that down, we'll go ahead and come over to this side, figure out about where I want this one to go, and get it down. Again, careful to not burn yourself with the glue.
PHCS.
And just any glue strings you're seeing, just grab them and get them on out of your way. And there will be some. There will be a lot, I'm sure. Let's see. And then that's all you're going to do the whole way around.
Yeah, we can.
So just kind of figure out where about you're wanting
well, yeah, we'll try
your branches to go.
On February 24th, it looks like we tried to send it to Caremark to make sure that's under the right.
And get them down and just glue them on. Hold it for just a second.
Oh, okay.
And definitely put something down to protect your table.
You're welcome. Thank you for going.
Or if it's glass, that'll work too. I never know what to say in these things. Does it? Alright, so just glue it. And then again, like I said, this part you do want longer up top because you're going to wrap it around. And that's just going to give you a little bit more support with your tree too. There's a big old mess of glue right here. All right. There we go. Got that out of the way. I'm just going to hold it for just a second. And then, yeah, I can't wait. I love when I get started on these, but then I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like. As weird as that sounds, like I very rarely, with these at least, know what I want the finished product to look like. I just kind of wing it half the time. And just glue and stick and glue and stick, and that's all it is. So this is probably the easiest wreath I think there is to make. It's just time consuming, but not horrible as far as time goes either. So, but I love these wreaths. There's just so much stuff you can do with them. Like, I love the little tire swings or like a rope ladder. I've seen some really cool things. People putting like tree houses and stuff in it. It's really neat. I love watching where people's imaginations will take them. Too cool. All right, so now that we've pretty much just got these last 3 to do, we're just gonna flip it up. Yes, please do send me a picture of it. You have got so much cool jewelry. All that antique stuff. And again, you don't want to pull too tight, but you do want it to be to where it holds your tree straight so it doesn't look all flimsy, because you don't want a flimsy looking trunk. And last one here. And then what we're going to do is flip it over and glue these to the back. And then, okay, all right, so there's where we're at so far. And now we're going to take all these big long strings and just flip it over and just glue those to the back like I said. And again, don't pull too tight to where it pulls it off, but tight enough to where it's not like bubbling out the side over here. And then just glue those the whole way around. And for the longer ones like these, I'll go through and cut some of the ends off of them. Ooh, didn't hold that one down long enough. So, let's see. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Hope you have a great week coming up ahead of ya. This one's wanting to come apart as I'm gluing it down. So I'll just glue it to itself. And then after this, we're just going to put that moss on for the leaves. And that's all there is to it. This is seriously so simple. It's just glue. That's the main material, the main supply you need. Lots of it. But I just love the Tree of Life. I love looking at people's and seeing everything they do with it. So if anybody makes one of these, send me a picture so I can see where your imagination took you. I don't know why I've got that beat stuck in my head. The ding, 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 ding. So I'm actually not hating the way this mesh looks. You can see through it a little bit here and a little bit here, but I can cover that with embellishments. So, it's not horrible. The top kind of looks like it's clouds or something, or like wishies flying through the air. So I'm not mad at myself for trying the mesh. Didn't hold that one down again long enough. Okay, so we got 6 more of these to glue down, or 7, nope, 6. And then we'll get this. I get the moss at Dollar Tree too. And sometimes that can be really, really dry. And when you go to separate it, it just falls apart and dusts up on you. If that happens, just get a paper towel and get it damp and stick it in the microwave for like 10-15 seconds. And it'll soften and moisten it all up for you. I got lucky with this bag. This is actually a really good batch. But that's a rarity. Usually it's pretty dry. So yeah, just get yourself a paper towel, get it damp, and then stick it in the bag and kind of seal it. And then stick it in the microwave for 10-15 seconds. And that way, when you go to pull it apart, it won't just flake up and dust up on you. It'll actually spread. Again, just get your little glue strings and just pull them away. And you're going to find a lot of them. But hi, Angel. How you doing, dog? Hope you're having a good day. So just glue these to the back. And then while I'm doing this, like I said, I'll just look for any strings I can pull off. Anything, any of them that I may have to go back. It's not wanting, the glue isn't wanting to stick to the mesh as well as it does the burlap. So that is one thing to keep in mind. So it's kind of not wanting to hold the rope down as much. So it just takes a little bit more glue, but it's working. Alrighty. The last 2 here. And then we'll cut off these edges, the longer ones, and we'll cut off along the bottom here. And then we'll flip it and put our leaves on. And I actually have like some, they're kind of metallic though. but they're autumn colored leaves that I may go back after I put the green on and just kind of add in. Not sure, but I might. Okay, get my dull scissors that I need to sharpen. Glue off my fingers, and then just kind of cut these down. It's sticking to me. Hold it up and just cut it off. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it's the back. Just cut them all off. Oops, this one's getting away from me. Gotcha. And Lord have mercy. There we go. Let me put some more glue on this little bad boy. Get that down. Then I'm going to check and make sure I've got all the strings, any glue strings I see. Pull those off the back. And then we're going to flip it over. And there it is so far. And now you just want to get your moss and kind of lay it out. Just kind of fluff it and lay it out. And you're just going to glue it down. Take some and just kind of stick it on the rope. And I'll do that the whole way around, and then I'll go through and I'll fill it in even more. So kind of just stick it all on the rope, all the way around. Woo. Yeah, this is a really good batch. Separating nicely. And then you just glue it. And then just see how you're liking it. That's what I do. I just kind of stick it on, make sure it's how I'm going to like it. It's an actual stick in my moss. Just kind of stick it on. And then glue it to it. So it's going to work out just about perfect. Okay, so after you get this all glued on, then we'll go through, we'll make that better on the bottom, straighten it up some. I am just putting the glue smack on the ropes and then pushing it to it. Turn this so I can see it better though. And that's all we're going to do the whole way around. Put it straight on the rope and on some of the mesh because this is a bigger piece. And then I'm just going to hold it on there for just a minute. How's that looking, y'all? Is that looking good? I hope. Yeah, I never know what to say in these things, so the awkward silence, I apologize for. I usually have music going, usually singing somewhat off-key. Alright, so we're just about done, and then we'll go in with some more moss and just fill in any gaps like here and here if we want to. Ooh, that's ugly. Okay. And then for the swing, all I'll do is either take some clay and make a little donut, and then I'll paint it black for a tire swing, or I'll just go out into my yard and find a stick and get a couple pieces of twine and just tie it straight to it. And that's all I do. So last piece on the rope. And then I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to put maybe some more moss here and here in the open spots. And that's all there is to it. So I'm just going to go now. I'm going to get a little bit more moss and fill in some of these open spots. And then I'm going to cut the bottom off here straighter and put some rocks on. You just go and get pebbles from the Dollar Tree or rocks out in your own yard, wash them off, glue them straight on, and that's all there is to it. So, all you need, wreath form, nautical rope, moss, rocks, and a lot of glue, and the mesh or burlap. Either way, and that's all you need. And you can make your own tree of life wreath. If you make one, send me a picture so I could see where your imagination took you. And I'll probably put this on YouTube after I fast forward through the non-talking parts. So go on over there, like, subscribe, do all that jazzy stuff. And hope you all have a blessed day. Bye.